Welcome back to yet another video here on the channel. My name is Klaus Fransen, and today we're going to talk about using your Canon M50 or basically any other Canon camera, maybe not all the cameras, as a webcam, right? And all you need is a Canon M50, a tripod because you don't want the camera to be shooting up your nose. You don't need a microphone, because the sound is not going to be transferred from the camera, unfortunately, so you need to have the microphone plugged in directly to your laptop. Then you will need a USB to USB micro, which is the old-fashioned way of... Oh, this is not going to work. I'll leave it in the description. You need a USB A to USB micro, that's what I want to say. And if you want to go all the way, the pro way, I don't know, you can get a dummy battery, because the Canon M50 is only gonna last for so long. I don't really know how long it's gonna last. If I'm gonna test it, then I'll put it here. I might test it actually, it might be interesting. Otherwise, you can get a dummy battery, which you pretty much just slide into your camera. And then you take this little knob thing. Oh, you take this little knob thing here, and you put the power plug into that hole. Make sure it's pushed all the way in, and then your battery is technically running on a consistent power. It's called AC powering, I guess. So yeah, that's all you need. Pretty simple. Of course, you also need a computer with internet access if you want to use it as a webcam for streaming. At least you can record yourself with it without the internet. Anyways, the next thing you're gonna need is the Canon EOS Webcam Utility. A utility webcam, doesn't really matter. And then I could choose the Danish one, but for your sake I'm gonna choose the American. And you go down on the page. If you are a Mac user, you can only use the beta as of right now, but you should be fine. I used the beta for Windows and I didn't have any problems. So, keep scrolling. You can see here the support is for Discord, Messenger, Teams, Streamlabs, YouTube, all sorts of things. So it's pretty neat. Keep scrolling. And there you go. Now you see a list of different cameras that are supported by this webcam utility, including the Canon M50, which is right here. Click on it, and it automatically shovels down towards the software driver download list here. And you look for the one called EOS Webcam Utility 1.0 for this version for Windows. If you are on Mac and it is showing Windows files, you simply click on this little tab here and find your system. But this website already detects what operating software you're using, so that's pretty simple, and I'm just gonna leave it as Windows 10. I click on this one, and I don't really want to submit anything, so I can simply close this and press download. And then save it on my computer. Press show in folder, right click, unzip. I'm sorry, this is in Danish. I tried to set up my laptop for English, but it didn't happen. For some reason it's like, no, you're in Denmark, you need Danish. I'm just gonna put it here. So once you have it unzipped, you click on the one called setup, not the other ones up here, the one called setup. Double tap. English is fine. Press next, next, accept, next. Where you want to save it, you can change the destination right here if you want to. It's a small driver. And I'm gonna press install. And we simply have to wait for it to install. And yes, install, press finish. Cool. So if you try to write like EOS Webcam Utility, so you're gonna find like a cabinet file thingy here, but it's just the way it's gonna have been saved. And it's under apps. It's not really gonna be a software you can open, it's more like a driver. So no need to worry. Just to show you that this should work by now, I'm gonna put my M50 on this little stand here. I'm gonna take my USB cable. I'm gonna look for this little hatch on the side of the M50, open it up, and one says HDMI. That's not the right one. You're gonna take the top one. And if you look real close, there's even a USB symbol on the outside, but it's not on the inside. So you plug this in. Be careful you're not twisting it, because it is a sort of weak plug-in. I mean, it's only micro. Take the USB-A cable, or C if you're on a newer computer. Plug it into your computer. And let's say I want to use OBS, because that's what I'm using right now to record my screen anyway. I simply press plus down here, and I look for video recording units. Again, this is in Danish. I wanted it to be in English, but it didn't happen. It says okay. So right now you're gonna see my webcam on my laptop here. Oh, important thing, remember to turn on your M50. That is quite important. In OBS, I find the one called Webcam Utility. So what this installation just did was changing the way the computer recognizes the Canon M50, allowing a software like OBS or Skype or Facebook or YouTube to recognize it as a webcam. All right, so I'm gonna press Webcam Utility, and we are good. So why is the autofocus not working? I had it in manual focus, and this is why this update for the M50 is so nice. So beforehand you couldn't really get a clean HDMI out, and you still can't. But this way you can actually still have autofocus on your M50 for streaming or webcam use, which is amazing. And you can just look at the quality difference between this built-in webcam, which is 720p, so it's not fair, but this over here, full HD, a great dual pixel autofocus, and you can use interchangeable lens, you can reframe it, and alright, so now we've got it two places. So I apologize for this horrible background here. This is why I'm having this to block out. I live in a small space, so help me out and support me. Hit the subscribe, hit the like if you learned something new, and help me get to 100 subscribers. That would be amazing. So that's how you install and set up your Canon M50 for streaming or webcam use or recording straight into OBS if that's what you like. Just remember that you can't transfer audio through this webcam solution. It's only the video signal. So you still need to find some way to connect a microphone to your laptop and use that as the our audio source, right? It's a bit of a bummer, but that's just how it is. And now my orange light went out. So I guess that's where we're gonna leave it. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next one. Bye. So I used the EOS Webcam Utility a few times for live streaming, and I haven't had any big issues, but sometimes you need to turn on off the camera, unplug it, then plug it again, and it usually fixes the problem. And then lastly, I would advise you to go into your menu system and then go over to the yellow menu, go to number 2, make sure eco mode is off and power saving is set to disable for their also power off function. Display off It's the longest is 30 minutes, and yeah, shouldn't matter. But I like to keep my screen active the whole time, just so I can monitor what's happening during the live streams without having to tap around. To all my PAL region friends out there, I might change to NTSC just to get the 30 frames per second option, because a lot of webcams, like this one for Logitech, will record at 30p, I think, and for the most part that is also what is being broadcasted through YouTube, being it an American program. I'm not sure if you can do it for 25p, I have to look into that, or OBS, if you can change that to 25p and then sync it all up. But if I want to use the M50 plus this Logitech, I'm actually not sure if I can set the Logitech to 25p, and I just think it's nice to have it all matched together. And lastly, you may have to delay the audio, delay the picture, because the picture is gonna reach your computer faster than image, or vice versa, depending on how you are setting it all up. So that might be for another video, because I haven't done the testing yet. So yeah, I might do a OBS setup for live streaming guide where I have tested that. But for now, this is how you install the webcam, and you can just use it as is, but just know that you may run into audio delays when you're trying to sync the audio into the microphone into your laptop and the video feed from the camera.